Future is one of my favorite artists of all time, and luckily, I've been able to work with him.
Pull up in that two-tone, got me feeling like a Jetson. Let it out my sneaky link, let's shred it like my best.
But one Future song is just not enough, so today, I'm going to be cooking up 3 beats 100% from scratch and send them off to Future at the end of the video. I've been tapped in with some producers and writers who are working on his next project, and I don't want to leak too much info on YouTube, so I'm not going to name drop anyone, but they just hit me up and said they've been using my stuff and that they need more for a session in a few days. So you're going to see the real process of making beats and ideas for these huge artists like Future, working in the industry on opportunities like this. And at the end of the video, I'm going to send everything I cook up over to my Connect and hopefully get a crazy placement with Pluto. Let's dive right in. I'm going to cook up a variety of stuff in this video, some super hard Future vibes, some melodic vibes, all that good stuff. They didn't give me any specific direction, so I'm just going to make shit that I want to hear Future on, which I feel like that mindset is how I make my best stuff when I'm working on these opportunities, when I'm just making stuff that I want to make for that artist. So I'm going to be cooking up full solo beats because nowadays a lot of opportunities, one, want as little guys as possible on each idea, and two, a lot of people want FLPs now instead of just loops. Essentially, producers want the beat nearly done so that they can just open up the FLP, mess around with some stuff so that they add it to the beat, maybe fix some stuff that the artist wouldn't like because they have more insight than us loop makers do because they're actually in the room. And this whole FLP wave is good news if you don't really make loops because you can make beat starter ideas and send them out to people who are in these sessions. But anyways, to start it off, I wanted to get some hard ass Future kind of vibes going. So let's get into that. All right, so I got my Prophet 10 loaded up and I found this cool little patch, and my kind of idea right now, I don't really know exactly where I want this beat or loop to go. I just know I want it to sound hard as fuck and have just that dark Future energy. We'll see where I end up taking it, but right now my plan is just record a ton of layers on my synths, just a bunch of random ideas, and then try to like flip all those phrases together into something crazy. So let's see what I can come up with. I got the external MIDI plugged in so I can record the MIDI right here. It's actually playing the synth. I'm gonna start putting some effects on this because I feel like it's a little bit annoying sounding, but I feel like these like really raw sounding synths can sound perfect when you flip it through effects. That's hard. Now there's a bunch more room, I think, to fuck around. Put on that same preset. I really like those Future songs that have like that fucking opera vocal. Something simple like that. Tone flex it in, half speed it. That reverse sauce preset. Let's try this with like violins maybe. Actually, I think this fits the vibe much better. Make it sound even more vintage. I like bouncing, especially when I'm doing like these hard Future vibes. I feel like warping stuff as an audio file, speeding it up and all that is such a cheat code to make it sound like, I don't know, just give it that Future kind of sound. Something I don't think I've ever heard in a Future song, but I've been loving recently is this. Take the UID Mini Moog. This is the only plugin I've really found that it works with. What you want to do is you want to detune the oscillators as it's playing. You get one of those like cool synth slop detuned saw wave kind of sound. It needs some sort of element that you hear in the melody. You're like, oh, that's that song. I'm gonna try it with guitar. If not, maybe a synth top line. or two in there that I liked. I think the same three things, or same thing 3 times. It's sounding messy right now, definitely, but I'm just gonna get out all the ideas. We can arrange it out later. Something like this. I think we're done with the guitar. Like every 4 bars. Dissonant note. So we have that for the first 2 bars, and then second 2 bars ago. Something like that. One more cool layer, and then I'm just gonna finish it. Alright, this is what we got. Honestly, I think just clean it up a little bit, make a few different sections is done. I'm just gonna export this as a loop, and then we're gonna continue making the loops for this pack, and then later on I'll go in and drum all of them up when I have fresh ears on all of them. That'll help me like realize what sounds I didn't really need to have in the loop, what sounds are actually the best part of the loop whenever you add the context of drums, all that good stuff. Real quick before we move on to the second loop, I just want to show you how overpowered ToneFlex is to flip your melody ideas into something completely different, whether that's because you want to make 2 loops out of every 1 loop that you make, you want to flip loops that other people give you so you're not using the same exact loop that everyone else is using, or you just want some inspiration. So this is the loop that we just finished, right? Sounds like that, but you can use ToneFlex. I have this spam your keyboard preset that I've messed with just a little bit, mostly just the pitch. So before and then after. It like chops, reverses it into like something that is the same musical idea-ish, but it makes it fresh. So you could use that for a B section, a switch up. I'm gonna bounce that to audio right here. So we have this sick B section right now. And then we could go in and flip this as an audio file, like speed it up twice as fast, maybe slow down the tempo. Like now we have a completely different loop. Throw on another instance of ToneFlex. It has this like other flip sound to it. And we could bounce that down. And now we have 2 like cool sample chop sections to build a whole new loop off of. Just add a sound, fuck it. Nasty. And that all came from this original idea. So you can see how every loop you can make, you could like essentially make 2 loops without having to make everything from scratch again. But to check out ToneFlex, it'll be the first link in the description down below. Game changer. But let's get into the second cook-up. So for this one, I have a vocal that I worked on with my boy Migo, and I haven't flipped it yet. So I want to go for like some R&B-ish future kind of stuff. And one thing I love about songs like Love You Better, Wait For You, and this Back to the Basics song, is that like late night guitar kind of sound mixed with those like really fast warped vocals. So I want to go for this, like it's not like sexy R&B, it's like some dark pain-ish kind of R&B. So whenever I'm trying to figure out the key of something like a vocal and I don't know the key, there's a few cheat codes that you can use. First one is you could go in here if you're on Logic, go to flex pitch, and I can zoom in and see the notes that are being used. So I see he's going on this C sharp a lot, B flat. So I think it's an F minor. Just looking at those notes, I can kind of gauge that. And now I like to grab a piano because a piano is like a really pure tone.
You still call when it's 2 a.m. I'm outside, don't keep me waiting.
Okay, that's definitely the right key. So now I'm gonna mess around with trying to come up with some sort of chord progression.
You still call when it's 2 a.m. I'm outside, don't keep me waiting.
So I'm not in love with this progression, but it might sound better on guitar. So I'm gonna keep it over there and I'm gonna try to come up with a different one. 2, 3, 4.
I don't wanna let go. I don't wanna let go.
Bounce this main guitar down into one stem just so it's easier to work with. I do want to try some like sliding steel electric guitars. I feel like that would be unique. First, I want to get the vocals right.
I don't wanna let go.
Once I get these vocals right, we're gonna be moving.
I want you in my arms tonight, so please don't make it hard for me.
Placing these where they make sense, like the lyrics and the melodies, is hard. All right, I think I got the vocal down now.
I know you is the only. 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 It is 2 a.m. I know you is the only. I don't wanna let go. I want you in my arms tonight. I know you is the only. I know you is the only.
Alright, my camera's gonna die, but I'm gonna keep working on this. So, camera died, but I recorded these little steel guitar accents and I got them drowned in some reverb. They sound crazy. Well, it's not steel guitar, but slide guitar. I'm gonna use the ToneFlex Artist Series expansion presets. See if I can find a cool sound to go with this. Yeah, this is cool for a little background texture, a little bass line.
I know you is the only. 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 I don't wanna let go. I know you is the only.
Filter that little bass riff out.
I know you is the only. I don't wanna let go.
Not meaning to do a bass, but that shit sounded way too good.
I know you is the only. I know you is the only. I know you is the only.
A switch up ish with this sound. So I'm gonna throw on backtrack from ToneFlex, pitch it up an octave, and every half bar it's gonna chop. Yeah. So this part I'm gonna duplicate down, and then we're gonna put the delay on 100% mix right here with a pretty high feedback, and then it'll add like this cool effect to the end of it. Like that, to kind of, because there's no vocal there, so this will kind of help fill that space without adding an unnecessary vocal chop. So let's try that. And then I feel like we could use a reverse vocal sound right there. So let me bounce this vocal down in place with all those effects. Throw on this sound right here from the artist series. Reverse vocal accents. Creates a cool, just a bunch of vocal textures that we could kind of throw throughout the sample. Honestly, this might even work for just like the B section entirely. All right, so I think I'm gonna put this right here, and then this is what I'll use for the vocal thing at the end to add like a little reverse. I feel like I want to add some sort of vinyl noise to this. All right, so we're gonna export this loop and move on to the final loop before we get in and drum these up. One quick tip I want to give to just everyone who's out there chasing placements or, you know, working on opportunities. You never know when something is gonna land. For instance, again, don't want to say too much, but an idea that I had made maybe 2024 just got a song made on it, and I completely thought that that was like, you know, never gonna go anywhere. And I've had placements drop on beats that are 5 years old. I've also had placements drop on beats that I made the day before everything released. So you never know when the right moment for each idea is gonna happen. So I feel like once you get to a point that you have a ton of music and you could fill up any pack, like if someone asks for hard street stuff, you can send stuff. If someone asks for an R&B pack, you got stuff ready. Once you get to that point, I feel like it's just about making really great music and just trusting that at some point it's gonna find some sort of home. These beats that I'm making for future, I may get some like Latin placement with them. You know what I mean? You never know. But overall, just keep grinding, keep shooting your shots. You never know what's gonna happen. All right, third vibe on this one, I kind of want to go for something that's like melodic but still like a banger, you know what I mean? Not like some like soft R&B shit, but like not some dark evil type stuff either. So nice little variety. I have this little MIDI on the Prophet that I was just cooking up off camera that sounds like this, and I think we're at a good starting point. Nothing crazy right now, but I feel like I could build it out. Kind of picturing some simple sounds on this, like some, almost like some sky keys. Yeah. Something like that at the end of the pattern. Flip this shit again real quick. Alright, I feel like a top line on this, and it's pretty close to done. See if I can take the vocals from the one that I just made, flip them differently in this. I don't want you to be able to hear the lyrics on this one, so it doesn't sound like I just recycled the same vocals. So let me see. I want to like distort the shit out of it. Nah, that's fucking perfect, bro. All right, I'm gonna stop right here and come back tomorrow, finish these loops up, drum them up, and get this pack out. All right, we're back. New day. Got the protein shake and my guitar ready, and I got some fresh ears to finish up these beats. I did end up muting this little like synth run kind of thing. I was listening to it last night, and I was just like, every time that came in, I didn't like it. So I replaced that with a vocal. I feel like it just feels a lot more simple. But I want to add some like organic guitar kind of accents. Honestly, I think just that one part sounds sick. Alright, I like that. This is the new Memory V from Arturia. I literally just bought the new Arturia V collection just because they dropped this. This shit sounds so sick. Let's turn off the effects that they have so I can add tone flex. I really like this. That vocal. I think it's amazing how if you process vocals differently, you can reuse them over and over. And they don't sound like the same vocal. That sounds dumb. I think a big part of arranging out samples whenever you have a good amount of layers like this is just not even deleting ideas that you have, but if I want this to be a usable loop, I need some sections that are pretty basic so that you could have like a cool section for a hook like this, but then a verse could have like a boring section like this. That's easy to flow on and actually like make a song on. But I think I'm gonna leave the loop as is, and then I'm gonna half speed it whenever I flip this into a beat. All right, now it's time to get the drum started. So I'm gonna pull up that first loop, but first I'm open up the ATL trap template from Drum Mastery. I might end up switching out all these sounds, but everything's already pre-mixed and sounds good. So it just helps because like, then I could just focus on patterns. Third step, maybe we start with a roll. Definitely gonna need to lower the key of this loop. No. Fuck. Well, I'll have my editor fast forward. export the zip into this right here and on to the next beat. All right, now I'm gonna go in and do this R&B loop. I've wanted to pitch this down this whole time, so maybe 3 is better. -3. Honestly, this might be a really simple drum because I already like how this sounds. Add that boost knob on the kick. One of those that I feel like the drums could just be like this the whole entire song. I feel like I want to add like a sub 808. Thing I could think of that might be cool is like a breakdown where the trap hi-hat is gone. This is fire, bro. I think I'm also gonna put this right there. All right, let's play this one through. Always on the final playthrough, realize you should have done something. Cut a little low in. This one, I think this is definitely going to be my favorite one out of all of them. All right, last beat. Let's pitch this down on 4. Put a 2-step and see what it sounds like. Stock FL drum cookup. Boost that fucking kick. I feel like I want simple hi-hats, but maybe like one cool roll. Maybe like a little delay on the hi-hat low key. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to modulate the mix to go up like every 2 bars. I don't really ever put reverb on hi-hats and shit, but fuck it. This time it sounds kind of cool. Let's see what this sounds like. Backtrack. Ooh. Just a nice little sauce in there. Stack and hi-hat. Put a subby 808. Might be done. Find a new sub 808. All right, final beat on this one. Let's see what we got. So obviously this is a tiny pack right now. I'm going to have all my boys who use my loops send me a bunch of FLPs and do everything in the same format. But whenever you're sending out packs, there's a few little cheat codes I want to show you. So the first one is you want to put your best stuff at the top of the pack. What I do is whenever I have one that I really want them to see it, you put an exclamation mark before that, right? Which is not really sauce, but now that'll be the first one. Then we're going to go right here and put a space bar in front of the exclamation mark. And now no matter what, it doesn't matter if there's 30 beats with exclamation marks, that little space before the exclamation mark, that is going to put your file to the very top. So even if you're in a pack with a ton of other people, or like you're just in someone's hard drive, if your file name starts with a space, it's just going to be at the very top. So little sauce right there. That's how I organize it. And then also whenever you're sending out these packs, you want to make sure you know how the person you're sending the pack to wants the files, because at the end of the day, if they're the person in power, they have the opportunity. If you make their life hard, they're probably just going to go to someone else who sends it the way that they want it. Not because your stuff wasn't good, not because they don't like you. It's just like they're in the heat of the moment in the session. They just need something easy to pull up and just trust that it's organized the right way. All that stuff is ready. Because if I just sent a pack of just the MP3s and then I just was like, oh, if they ask me for an FLP, I'll send it. They might call me at 4 a.m. I'm not home. I'm out, I don't know, drinking with friends or whatever it is. I can't send the FLP in time, lose that placement. Or what's happened before, my boy finished the drums. He didn't send me the FLP. I send the beats out. I get a call at 3 a.m. We need the stems, we need the files, blah, 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 blah. And then I try to call him. He won't answer the phone, so then we lose the placement that way. So having the FLPs just in the pack with the same exact names as the MP3 files and then sending that'll just make it way easier for them to use it. They don't need to call you if they like something. Everything's just all there. I'm all about making things as easy to use for the person that you're sending to as possible, because I feel like those things really do matter. All right, so I loaded up all the beats, all the FLPs into a Dropbox folder and texted it off. So hopefully we land one. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and I'll catch y'all.